Hard to believe, but it's actually been 13 years since the first epic installment of Avatar. The science fiction thriller was introduced to the world. Of course, it was a sensation, breaking box office records. Didn't win the Oscar, though, much to James Cameron's chagrin.
Yes.
But is the sequel, The Way of Water, the sequel that we are expecting? Movie reviewer Felipa Solis here to chat about it. So, first and foremost, it's another long one, over 3 hours long, so hopefully you got the time for it.
Well, you have to make the time for it because unfortunately I found out that it was 3 hours and 12 minutes.
Yeah.
And so you're sitting there saying, oh my gosh, well, should I look at my watch? What are we doing here? So it's in this 3D high frame volume extravaganza that visually is so incredibly appealing.
Yeah.
I can't say enough about this film, about the opportunity to see what James Cameron brings to life in this story that he told in 2009. But my problem watching this film is, okay, I have to read the story over and over again because I get lost in all of this beautifulness. Do you see what's happening?
It's a trip through paradise is what some people are calling it.
Yes, and so Jake is back with Neytiri, and they have a family, and they are back on Pandora because they have to seek refuge from the evil, pesky humanoids / aliens. You made you said something very brilliant earlier about aliens.
I don't know if it was that brilliant. I said, to aliens, humans are the aliens, right?
That's right. And so that's
really
my question.
Not really that deep.
Wait,
Thanks for the credit, though.
It touched me. It touched me greatly, Trevor. But anyway, so my problem with the film is I'm trying to remember what happened the first time around. And I'm bringing this in now. We see some new faces. Of course, there's Stephen Lang and Giovanni Ribisi. But then there's Kate Winslet. And my favorite alien human of the century is Sigourney Weaver, who worked with James Cameron. So when you're watching the film, I see some Terminator moments. I see some things that are happening that remind me of the first Alien. That's very interesting and very appealing. But then again, I get lost. So I either need Avatar for Dummies or I need to go with someone who can just whisper to me and tell me everything that's happening. Kind of what happened in some of the Harry Potter movies.
Go see it 3 or 4 different times.
Yes, you may need to see it a few times to really get that feel.
You'll need about 12 hours of free time, and who has the time?
And I can only imagine that Avatar 3 will be a 3-day-long extravaganza, but as you can see, The Way of Water is clearly sensational and visually stunning, visually incredible. This is a billion-dollar extravaganza. They did well at the box office, and it's being called one of the top 10 films of the year, which indeed, visually, as you can see, if you're not looking at a small set and it's surrounding you, you're overwhelmed. Maybe that's what happens. Maybe that's why I say, okay, wait, who are you again? What are you doing? Why are you here? And I had a little bit of that. So again, I need Avatar for Dummies. It's amazing, but you gotta know before you go.
So top 10 films of the year. How does it compare to some of your other favorites? I know Elvis was up there and Top Gun especially. Top Gun especially,
Elvis, and this year I loved Pinocchio because it was so beautiful.
With Tom Hanks.
Yes. Just well, actually the Guillermo del Toro version.
Yeah.
That's the beautiful version. So there's some really interesting things this year. Everything Everywhere All at Once that we talked about last week here is one of my favorites. The Fabelmans is quite good, but it's interesting to see that you have in the top 10 these blockbuster billion-dollar epics and then these little independents. There's a little film called Living that if you ever see that, that's definitely worth the price of admission.
The price and the time. Felipa Solis, so glad we got to see you one last time here in 2022.
Yes.
Happy New Year, by the way.
Happy New Year to you, and may 2023 bring health, happiness, and all good things and great movies.
All right, thank you so much for